I knew it was no good. I just couldn't prove it. Yet. I looked around and saw my peers. I saw my comrades. GPT had replaced their mind. It was like they couldn't think for themselves anymore. If I had known how deep the investigation really went, I would have quit right then and there. But with no knowledge of what lay ahead, I opened my investigation. And to start, I thought I'd ask the guys who'd have seen what GPT could really do for people.
I do utilize it in helping me plan. It can provide excellent resources as long as they're adapted correctly. It can help provide a good outline for things, and it can make menial tasks a little bit quicker to complete.
Yes, I definitely use AI. I use it often as like a brainstorming part of writing, like even if it's a mundane, everyday email that I'm not sure how to get started, I might just put it in to ChatGPT and see what it says, and then I'll get a better picture of what I want to say. I don't like it to replace my writing style, but yeah, I use it. I also use it for things like marking, planning. It's just a good brainstorming tool.
Yeah, I use AI. I use it to develop ideas. I'll use it to sometimes provide some different concepts and different ways to teach ideas to students. Yeah, it has been very useful from a teaching perspective, but yeah, generally I would say I'm still doing 85% of my writing by hand.
Quite often, particularly in summative assessments when students are attempting essays that they might find difficult or boring, it's quite easy to tell, especially at this age. Students don't have an incredible grasp on grammar and punctuation, and then suddenly they produce this incredibly sleek and perfect piece of work that not only doesn't match how they write in their books, but also there's certain technical aspects of AI, M-dashes, listing in threes, semicolons are all aspects of AI that are quite...
I notice students using AI every single day. I'm an English teacher, so it's pretty easy to tell when a student's writing is not their own. The extended hyphens are often a red herring, like a giveaway of it, but it's also pretty easy to tell when a student says something that's you couldn't really imagine them writing.
In the English department, we've really tried to minimise the amount of time students are on computers this year. So everything that they have written, these things, they're proofed in advance. So they do a proof, and then they can, once that they've gone through the proofing and drafting process, they'll publish on the computer. So there's definitely scope there for AI to be used, but it's an imperfect thing. But at least there is some more student engagement with writing.
It really doesn't help you develop critical thinking skills. I don't think perhaps some students do it out of boredom, but I don't think students realize that the purpose of assessments is to gauge improvement, is to gauge like their ability level.
I think there's huge concerns about that. I mean, not only their ability to write and express their own ideas, but also to even generate their own ideas. I think you do see some students so reliant on AI to think for them.
I think it's incredibly risky. Students are losing the capacity to think critically and develop ideas, and without those skills, I don't really know what their future looks like, especially if they're going into a workforce where everyone's doing exactly the same thing.
It leaves them unqualified.
They're starting to lose the ability to think for themselves.
Why would you employ one person over anyone else if everyone's output is exactly the same, just saying what ChatGPT says?
They had given me some useful information, and I could begin to piece together the effects of ChatGPT. They said it was easy to spot, but as time will progress, who knows how detectable it will be in the future. From there I went off to do some more research on my own. MIT found that people using ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence models would have less brain activity and were less engaged. AI was found to be affecting brain development for teens, especially when using it for writing essays or using it instead of thinking for themselves. But is it just affecting our ability to think, or is there more at play here? Well, I found it's powerful. Powerful computers make a lot of heat and so require powerful cooling. So much so that a single AI data center takes up to 19 million liters of water per day to cool. And that's just for a single data center. And with multiple thousand AI data centers, I'd say that we've got a problem on our hands. But this is how it is right now. But AI can get more efficient, and it probably will. But right now, it's still a problem. And only time can tell if companies will make AI more efficient. I have these findings, how destructive it is, but is it for the greater good? Will AI solve the problems it's causing, or should we shut it down? Well, it seems AI can do good things. For example, analyzing data, make sense of all of it, and make discoveries based on that data. It can do all that instantly while it would have taken a human a very, very long time. AI will become more efficient in the future, but is that just one of two concerns? I acquired a fellow student to find out his thoughts on AI.
Get behind there! What do you know about ChatGPT? Why should I tell you anything? Because it's my office. Whatever I say goes. My office, my investigation.
What do you want to know?
How many people in your class use ChatGPT for their work?
More than I'd know.
So what you're saying is that these people, these perpetrators, using ChatGPT, they're going undetected.
I never said that.
You said it could be happening, and that's enough reasonable suspicion for me. Tell me, what do you know about the harmful effects of these AIs on children?
On children specifically?
Or teenagers, adolescents? Tell me.
Well, I know that some of my friends are complaining about how it's stealing their work. You know, how it takes from anything on the internet and uses it to program itself. But nothing for younger than teens.
And what do you know about how could it be affecting teens? Is it making them dumber or smarter?
Well, I presume it would make them dumber. And it's probably not good mentally. I know that some teens have been using it for therapists and, well, AI connection isn't human connection.
Now tell me, circling back to the people who are using AI to do their work, would you say that they're normally good at doing their work?
Why do I have to answer these again?
Because in my office, I'm running an investigation here. Listen, either listen to me, or you'll be meeting the big guy upstairs.
Is he better than you?
It doesn't matter. Answer the question. I'm asking the questions here.
Okay, well, generally speaking, the people that I know get caught often are behind some students.
So what you're saying is that people use AI to try and make them seem smart.
Or get higher grades, or basically anything.
Now, is there anything else you know about AI that you'd like to share?
Unless you have any more questions, can I just go? Or?
You've given me some good. You've told me some good things. Hence the time for my investigation to continue.
Something that he said was true of how AI takes art. AI is trained off of stolen artwork, stolen books, stolen music, etc. Even your social media posts have contributed to training AI without your knowledge or consent. When AI creates art, it just remixes a bunch of other art that it's seen and morphs them together into one so-called new art. When it talks to you, it looks at the texts, posts, and books that it's taken, and it thinks of what words should come next. It seems AI itself isn't inherently bad, but only when used right. AI should be to assist, like analyzing data, breaking down complex things, and more small tasks for assisting. The problem occurs when you use it to generate ideas, novels, images, and more, as it's completely relying on stolen data for something that it then passes off as its own, as well as using it for things like writing your essays or doing your homework. And so, I think the case is closed. Satisfied with the answer that AI should be used for small tasks, AI is here to assist, not replace. Now my work here is done, and I put down my hat until the next case arises.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall.
And then there's the chair that I'm sitting in. Just on reverse.
On reverse.
This is a genius idea because you're forcing people to sit on it.
All true.
The problem isn't them, it's us. These large AI
AI tripped me, guys. My fault.